The art of good journalism is like the art of a good drummer. Both identify the pulse and rhythm of social change and tell us stories about life and love and relationships.
I was given so much and given so many opportunities, and now I want to help the school provide those opportunities to the students that come after me.
Through his varied interests, Eric Deggans seemed destined for a life in the spotlight. As a child growing up in Gary, he was deeply influenced by his mother, an English teacher, and his father, who worked as a newspaper columnist and a concert promoter. Eric was the perfect blend of both, excelling in class, writing for the school newspaper, and playing drums in a local band.
When I came to Indiana University, the journalism school was very highly regarded, and so was the music school. So I had a chance to explore sort of the twin talents that I had.
Eric entered IU in 1984 to study journalism and political science. And he was also very active in Bloomington's thriving music scene. He was a member of the IU Soul Review and played drums with the Voyage Band.
It's a strange situation when you love someone who doesn't love you. It's a strange situation.
Two words: emotion and impact. Because that's what we do as musicians. We want to stir emotion and we want to cause impact. We want our music to impact you, which will stir your emotion. And that's what starts the relationship between audience and performer. Same thing, he knows how to use words in a way that stirs emotion and will have some sort of impact on the reader.
The Voyage Band had hits in both the rock and R&B charts, leading to a contract with Motown Records. Eric was only 2 years into his college career when he decided to put his IU studies on hold and joined the band on a nationwide tour in the mid-'80s.
There were so many great musicians, and we were all learning from each other and playing in bands with each other and competing with each other.
Eric returned to IU 2 years later. He wrote for the Indiana Daily Student and the Arbutus, completing his degree in 1990. He set off for a career as a journalist, first working for a newspaper in Pittsburgh before signing on as the entertainment critic for the Asbury Park Press in New Jersey.
That is the home city for Bruce Springsteen, lives around there. He grew up there. John Bon Jovi lives around there. It was a zip code that had a lot of famous people.
Eric had established himself as a top reporter in the entertainment industry, but increasingly he was both troubled and motivated by the lack of representation by and about minorities in the press. He began to study and report on the cultural disparities that plagued the media.
If you really show people the quality that comes from bringing cultures together, they will enjoy it.
After years of reporting on various racial issues and the media's coverage of those issues, Eric had earned a national reputation, which eventually drew the ire of Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly.
He basically called me the biggest race baiter in the country. And he had this talking points memo commentary about how white people can't talk to black people about race because it's too hard and it's too easy for white people to be called racist, and white people shouldn't do it.
At the time, Eric was in the process of writing a book to help educate young journalists on the intricate aspects of reporting on race in society. After O'Reilly's outburst, Eric attempted to get an interview with him to better understand his point of view.
He avoided the questions, he wouldn't really answer, but he answered just enough that I was able to use his comments in the foreword to my book.
Today, Eric uses his book, Race Baiter, at seminars and college classes, including many presentations at IU over the years, where he teaches young journalism students the importance of looking at a story from all angles.
The students, it's a sort of a very high efficient, very dense material that they get out of him. And they're always very, very excited about it. And so you can see genuine enthusiasm in the students when he's speaking with them.
He's showing the importance of, maintaining excellence in that field, and that's a great lesson for our students. One of the most useful things we can do is expose them to a diversity of voices.
Eric now serves as the first full-time media critic for National Public Radio. He continues to shed light on how the media covers many of the most complicated social issues of the day.
The impact that Indiana University has had on my life and my career, both as a musician and as a journalist, I cannot describe, I cannot calculate what an impact it's had.